What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Here I am, about 33 weeks pregnant, getting ready to receive baby O into this house. Yeah, I have makeup on. I haven't been wearing any makeup, but I wanted to take some pictures because the reality is that I have not wanted to be on camera. If you notice, most of my videos, like, you just don't see me. You see my face, but you don't see my full body. So I was like, as much as I don't like how I look and feel right now, I need to document this because it's the last pregnancy, because this ain't happening again. It's not happening again. No. So I'm just going to give you a quick update of how I've been feeling, and then I'll kind of just, show you some of my maternity pictures that I took by myself in my nursery with my iPhone 14, because we are not trying to break the bank on this pregnancy. We probably already broke the bank with some other things, but that's beside the point. So how have I been feeling? I have been feeling okay. I actually was planning on taking my maternity leave in mid-January. Like, I was going to do what I did with my previous two. I was gonna work up until the C-section. Like 2 days before. I was going to do that. And I don't know, I guess being 45, the body functions differently. And so, man, like, first week of December, let's be for real. I would say Thanksgiving, I started feeling like absolute crap. Like, it was just so hard to get up in the morning. It was so hard to, like, literally sit in my car and then get out of my car. And I don't work close. I work about an hour away from where I live. So being in that cramped driving position, and then once you get to work, having to, straighten yourself out, that was tough. Walking into the building was tough. Walking to my classroom was tough. Teaching my kids, like, literally when I do these videos, you can kind of hear that I'm like running out of breath. So imagine teaching choir and piano all day. Not easy. So I was just like really, really tired, and I'm like, oh my God, I can do this. I can go till mid-January. I know I can. I did it twice before. And I was like, let's just see how I feel after Thanksgiving break. We came back, beginning of December, still feeling like crap. I started getting this annoying pain on my left side. It's literally like my pelvic area underneath my belly. And it's a shooting pain that I will feel like down my left leg and in my back. And, I guess even though I'm having a C-section, my body is still preparing for a natural birth. Like, all the ligaments are loose and whatnot, and I've got like ligament pain and sciatica and all that wonderful stuff that happens when you're pregnant. So the pain was tough, and I wasn't getting much sleep. If I was getting 3 hours of sleep at night, it was a lot. So I'm like aggravated, I'm tired. I teach high schoolers, and as much as I love my babies, when you're in this state, this physical state of constant fatigue, of constant discomfort, of desperation, like, oh my God, I gotta get this human out of me. Like, any little thing that your students do, you're like on edge. So I always joke about this. I always look at my ID, and I just stare at it for like a good 10, 15 seconds. And I remind myself that I have signed a contract to be kind, to be polite, to be loving and caring, and to educate these beautiful young minds. So I remind myself so that I can control my tongue, right? So, I have great kids. I really do. And I do miss them because I'm on leave already. I miss them greatly, but I just couldn't keep up. Mentally, everything is a fog. So I was like, oh my God. Okay, let's try at least for the first week of January. At least. Let's at least go up until then. Nope. Okay. Let's at least go up until December 22nd, which is when we have our like last day before our winter break. No. And on December 6th, on December 5th, I was walking into work, and again, I am in pain. In pain. My left side of my body hurts it hurts right now. Hurts all the time. And I'm cranky, I'm tired. And I try when I get to work, like I park and I try to get there early enough that I can kind of get into the building before a lot of other people get into the building. I kind of just sneak in, go straight to my classroom, don't talk to anybody. I just go do what I have to do. Well, sometimes there's always like a straggler that comes to school early like me, and I'm like, so I'll sit in my car and I'll wait until I see that they've walked, they're close to the door so that we don't have to walk together, because I don't have the energy to walk and talk. Even when I'm not pregnant. I don't know if anybody is like me, but I hate chit chat in the morning. Hate it. Good morning. How are you? Oh my God. Yeah. Wonderful. That's fantastic. Hope you have a great day. I hate it. But I'll do it. If people are there, I'm going to be polite. But at this stage, y'all, there is just no polite in me. So I'm walking into the building, and some lady that I've never seen. My school's huge. I'm always meeting new people. So this lady that I've never seen before, she starts walking with me. And I'm like, Jesus, control my tongue. Father God, Holy Spirit, right now, put a chastity belt on this mouth. Jesus, right now. And so I've gotten to a point, like I've mentioned in other videos, I'm tired of people asking me about my pregnancy, asking me about my body. Like I hate it. And I'll explain why in a brief moment. But I'm like, this lady better not ask me. She better just say, good morning, how you doing? The professional, whatever. And she's like, oh, so when are you due? And I'm like, I would like to not answer any questions about my pregnancy. Thank you. That's what I told her. I'm not answering any questions about my pregnancy. And some people get offended with that. So she got a little bothered. And, but I said it with a smile. A passive aggressive smile, but a smile. And then she kept going. And she's like, oh, I just see you waddling over there. And she says it with an attitude. And I said, I am not waddling. I am walking to work. Thank you. And at that point, I had to give her the, okay, because she gave me so I gave it right back. Okay. Granted, I'm sure if ever I see that woman again, like in a faculty meeting, she'll probably hate me from now until kingdom come. It's all right. But I just can't. And that was the day that I realized I either preserve my job and preserve my professional relationships and leave now, or I continue coming into work in a lot of pain, feeling really horrible, foggy brain, and just, getting snarky at people. And I don't want to get snarky with anybody. Definitely am not going to get snarky with my students, because at the end of the day, they are children. I don't care that they're 18, they're 15, too cool for school. They're children. So I'm not going to get snarky with them. And I don't want to get snarky with my colleagues, because, I do consider where I work my home away from home. And I do consider my colleagues to be friends and people that I enjoy being around and that I want to preserve relationships with. So I was like, today's my last day. It's my last day. So I went in, I immediately revamped my maternity leave letter. I immediately called Human Resources and said, hey, I have emailed you about requesting a modification to my maternity leave because I submitted it in November, but I saw that I'm still not on the board agenda. So is there still time to modify the leave request? And the lady was like, yeah, there's still time. I was like, because I told her, because I know there's a board meeting on December 19th as per the calendar. And I want to make sure that I get this modified letter into your office so that it can be on that board agenda. She was like, well, actually, no, there's not going to be a board meeting, which I already knew because I've been working in school systems for over 20 years. And even though they will put a board meeting on the December month calendar, whatever, that meeting usually does not happen. Usually does not happen. So she was like, oh, no, they're not going to actually have the meeting. So, yeah, it'll be fine. Send the modified letter in, change what you have to change, and then we'll just put it onto the January Board of Ed minutes, and it shouldn't be a problem. So I was like, okay, sis, I got you. Quickly typed it up, sent it to her, sent it to the lady that's going to be taking over her position in January, because the lady I spoke to is moving to another department. Sent it to the director of human resources, sent it to my principal, sent it to my supervising assistant principal, sent it to my district supervisor. And I immediately started clearing my desk, started taking down a few things from my classroom. Not everything. I left the decorations up because I don't want the kids walking into like a jail cell. So I left the decorations up because, they need that kind of stuff. I cleared my desk, all of my important things, my work computer, locked it up, everything, and emptied out my office of some personal things that I have, like my microphone that I do recordings with from my choir. I was like, I'll do my recordings from home. So I just brought it all home. And at 3:05, I signed out and I went home. And then once I left, then I sent some text messages to some teachers and said, hey, by the way, I hate goodbyes, but today's goodbye because I have to go. So they were like, oh, blah, blah, blah. We want to say bye, but we good, okay? So I made December 5th my last day. I made December 6th my first day of my maternity leave, and I'm filming this on the 14th of December. So I've been on leave for a few days now. Has it made things better? Absolutely. Borderline preeclampsia. Just tired all the time. I was like, I really need to just focus on my health, my mental health, my physical health, and getting this baby out of me in a few weeks. So that's what we decided to do. And, it is what it is. I miss my kids a lot. I hate that, I left mid-year, but I was going to have to leave mid-year anyway, whether I left December 5th or I left January 17th. That's still mid-year. So it is what it is. Oh, so I totally forgot to explain why I don't like answering questions about my pregnancy. In a nutshell, pregnancy is a very huge change physiologically, mentally, emotionally, and it's a very visual change, it's a very visible change. And as much as I want to kind of deal with the changes in my body and my mind, in my spirit and my soul while I go through this pregnancy, there comes a point in this whole process where you can't hide it because your belly gets so big and everyone can see the belly. So everyone feels like they have the right to ask because they see a huge belly. But I equate it to this. When you're going through puberty, right? That's a big change. Your body is changing, things are growing, things are happening, you're feeling a certain kind of way, you're thinking a certain kind of way. There's just a lot of changes happening in the teenage body when they're going through puberty. But unless you see the mustache coming out or whatever, you don't see the changes as visibly as you do a huge pregnant belly. Like, you wouldn't go up to a kid and be like, so how's that puberty going? How's that menses? Have you gotten your period yet? Is it a heavy flow? Like, how are you doing? How are your thoughts? Like, what are you thinking about? Like, you wouldn't do that. You would not do that. That's a personal change. It's a personal, personal process that you go through with your, caretakers, your parents, your guardians, whoever is helping you get through that stage of life, your doctors, and that's it. So what gives people the right to constantly poke and pry about my pregnancy, about the changes that are happening? And why do you get mad when I don't want to tell you the answers that you want to hear? It's my body, my process. So you may not agree with me, and that's okay. I don't care. But I always tell people, like, if you want to be nosy and you want to know what's going on, then just go to my YouTube channel, because I will share the things that I want to share at the times that I want to share them. Like at 7:30 in the morning, when I'm exhausted, when I'm in pain, when I'm uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to have to sit there and tell you whether my cervix is dilated or, like, I don't want, please stop asking me questions. So that's my thought process on the matter, and I just figured I'd explain it if anyone was curious. But we are gearing up to get ready. I'm going to be filming my hospital bag video real soon, so you need to stay tuned for that, because it's going to be a good one, because y'all know I don't do things the traditional way. So but yeah, that's about it for this vlog. All in all, I'm doing okay. The nursery is done. I think you saw that video already last week. So just keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep sharing my content, because I want my content to kind of get pushed out to the people that are interested in learning about who I am and how I live my life and whatever. So with that said, enjoy the pictures that you're about to see, and I will see you next time.